want to go to sleep. It is definitely not easy to work with a baby. I just changed, changing to my gym outfit. Oh, she's not sleeping.
Later.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Luna over here. I'm a real estate agent here in Philly. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how it's even harder to be a real estate agent in 2022. Being a real estate agent, especially new agents, is not easy. I didn't make my first commission check the first 6 months. It took me quite a while, especially for listing. It took me like 8 months to the day I got my license till I get my first listing. So it's definitely a bit challenging. Now the market is shifting from a seller's market to a buyer's market. We're in a recession, possibly a depression. So in this video, I'll be talking about exactly how difficult will be for you as a new real estate agent, and if you are thinking about getting your license, what you are going to be expecting. Now, first of all, I want to talk about anyone who is a new agent. You'll probably end up working with buyers first, just because it's more direct. It's easier to working with buyers. In this market, working with either first-time home buyer or investor, it'll be harder because the interest rate is higher. A lot of investors are holding off. They're not buying more properties. And then a lot of first-time home buyers, because we are at an all-time high for the home sale price, and now the interest rate has been more than 6%. So that will disqualify a lot of buyers on the market, and the buyer demand is going to be less. Now you might say, okay, well, I don't have to work with buyers. I can work with sellers. If you watch my video, you know how hard it is to get a listing. Typically, if you don't have any family friends who can refer you, the best way to get a listing is through prospecting, lead generation. There are a few different ways that you can do it, either by phone, door knock, or you can get it through your sphere of influence. Now, the way that I did mine is basically through cold calling. To lead gen is even different, because a lot of sellers, if they don't have to sell, they're not going to sell in this market. Why? Number one is their current interest rate is probably lower compared to what they will be qualified right now. So if someone is thinking about upgrading, which is they're selling their current property and then buy another one, they need to be qualified with a larger loan. So if the interest rate is 6% right now, it probably doesn't make sense for them to upgrade. They will hold on to the property and just continue living at the property currently. Also, we have another separate sellers that are thinking about selling last year, but then ended up refinancing because interest rate was really low. So you don't have these seller pool either. The ones that are left are the have to sell sellers. You might say, okay, that's good. I want to work with have to sell sellers. Right, but then you also come across with a lot of different obstacles and issues. For instance, you will have these 3 categories. One, estate properties, divorce, and distressed sellers. Now, we're going to talk about the estate properties first. In the last 1 month, I have had listings. 2 of them are estate properties, and the first one, it took me 6 months to close the whole deal. I've been in contact with the seller since last year in December. I introduced her to the estate attorney that I work with, and then they were in the process of transferring the title first because there were no will, and automatically the spouse got the property. But the person who wants to, there is a will, so the will left the property to a relative rather than the spouse. Now they are in the process of transferring the title from the spouse to the relative, because the spouse needs to waive all the right that they have, that she has in claiming the property. So that took a while. And then also we will need the death certificate, the short cert, registered will number. So all these information, I need to get that and pass it to the title company in order to, you know, have the title to be cleared so that we have a smooth closing. I did sell the property without a problem, but it's just the paperwork and the time that we are taking care of the estate process is taking a while. So anybody who is a new agent is going to be pretty difficult to close the sale. Now let's talk about divorce. I have also done a few divorce transactions, and to be honest, it is no fun dealing with two parties that are not in the best term, and usually it's very emotional, I would say, distress to both of the sides, and if there are kids involved, that's even harder. So being as an agent in the transaction that dealing with a divorced couple, usually when they are selling the biggest asset that they own, typically you're also working with attorney. So the best case is they've already dealt with attorney and they're in the final process of their divorce agreement. They already have talked about how much, who's getting the house, or if they sell the house, how much they're getting for each side. They're on a term. That's the best. Now, once you have the listing, you put it under contract and you go with the divorce agreement. So once go to the settlement, the proceed will be separated to two parties and there's no issue. But what if, let's say, there are problems and they haven't talked to a divorce attorney yet? If that's the case, you might have to walk them through the process from the beginning to the end. You would have to recommend them to attorney and then, you know, and follow way through. It'll probably take a good 6 months. But also sometimes they would find their attorney, they're working with attorney first, and then they would have to pick. Typically, they will come up with 3 different real estate agents, and then, you know, the husband and wife will pick one that they decide to use. And usually in the divorce agreement, they will have a timeline on when they will list the property and then when the property needs to be settled. So all these terms you have to kind of follow through. It's not easy. And then if you want to talk about distressed sellers, that's even more problems. The title report come back, there might be issues with lien, judgment, and bankruptcy, like all that. It takes years of experience kind of to build up for you to deal with these difficult sellers. But I'm not saying that you can do it. The purpose of me making this video is to kind of educate on agents to understand what you're getting yourself into. I mean, being a depression, right? You're already not making money 6 months ahead. Like the first 6 months, you're not making any money, and then you're living from paycheck to paycheck because it's commission based only. So if you think these stuff that I've listed in this video, that you're okay with it, I wish you good luck in become a real estate agent, because definitely it's a rewarding job. Like, I enjoy being an agent so much, and now that I'm a mother, it just allows me to have a very flexible schedule. I get to stay at home with my daughter. Like, I get to do pretty much everything I wanted. I just go on listing appointments and doing follow-up calls. That's pretty much what I do on my 5th year being a real estate agent. In the next video, I'll come up with like some tips and advice that I have to give it to you guys if you are thinking about being a real estate agent in 2022. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is Luna. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.